Listening to stories is one of the easiest and most powerful ways to improve your English. You don't need to study boring grammar rules all the time. Just sit back, relax, and listen. Stories help you learn without even realizing it. If you want more stories like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the bell so you never miss a new one. Now let's get into today's story. It was supposed to be a normal Saturday afternoon. Jake was walking through the local market in his city. The place was loud and full of life. People were selling fruits, shouting prices, carrying boxes, and bargaining. The smell of fresh bread mixed with the scent of spices and grilled meat filled the air. Jake wasn't there to shop. He was just passing through, taking a shortcut on his way to a friend's place. But something unusual caught his eye. Between two food stalls, under a small wooden table, was a black leather bag. It looked new, but dusty, as if someone had dropped it and walked away. People passed by without noticing it. Jake stopped. At first, he wasn't sure what to do. Maybe someone just forgot it. Maybe the owner would return. But after a few minutes of waiting and watching, no one came back for it. He looked around. No one seemed to be searching for anything. He crouched down and picked up the bag. It was heavier than he expected. He didn't want to open it in public. So he carried it out of the market, past the crowd, and found a quiet bench under a tree. Jake sat down, took a deep breath, and slowly opened the zipper. Inside, there were no clothes or electronics, only papers. Old papers, some of them yellow at the edges. There were maps, handwritten notes, photographs, and something wrapped in cloth. His heart beat faster. He carefully unwrapped the cloth and found a small wooden box. It was locked with a tiny keyhole. Jake looked inside the bag again, and there, in a secret pocket, was a small silver key. His fingers trembled as he turned the key in the lock. The box clicked open. Inside was a small notebook. The cover was worn out, and the pages looked like they had been written years ago. The first page read, "If you're reading this, you have found what I lost. This bag contains the truth. What you do with it is your choice." Jake turned the pages. The notebook told the story of a man named Arthur who had been searching for something hidden for most of his life. Some kind of message or item that was left behind by someone important to him. Arthur had traveled to different countries, collected clues, and kept everything inside that bag. He believed that what he was looking for would change his life, or someone else's. Jake kept reading. The final pages of the notebook had coordinates, strange symbols, and a short line. "Trust the photo. It will show you where to begin." Jake looked at the photo again. It was a picture of an old fountain in a park. On the back, there was a handwritten note. "Under the third stone." He recognized the fountain. It was in a park not far from where he lived. He had walked past it many times, but he had never looked at it closely. The next morning, Jake went to the park. The fountain was still there, just like in the photo. He waited until the park was quiet, then walked over to the fountain and counted the stones. He gently moved the third stone at the base. There was something underneath it. Wrapped in plastic was a small metal tube. Inside the tube was another note. This one read, "You've proven you're curious. That's good. Curiosity leads to discovery. If you want to know more, go to the library and find the book titled Echoes of the Past by A.L. Carter." Page 73. Jake didn't know what to expect anymore, but he was hooked. That same afternoon, he went to the library. The book was there, just like the note said. He turned to page 73. Taped to the inside of the page was another piece of paper. This one had instructions. It talked about a hidden room inside an old building downtown. The building had once been a museum, but now it was empty and closed to the public. Jake followed the directions. That evening, just before sunset, he arrived at the building. The door was locked, but the note had included a strange combination that Jake tried on the side entrance. To his surprise, it worked. He stepped inside. The place was dusty and quiet. Paint was peeling from the walls. Furniture was covered with white sheets. He followed the instructions. Go up the stairs. Turn left. Second door on the right. There it was, a room full of old books, shelves, and a desk. Behind the desk, on the floor, was a loose tile. Jake lifted it and found a metal box underneath. This one didn't have a keyhole. It opened easily. Inside, he found more photographs, letters, and finally, a letter addressed to the one who kept looking. It was written in Arthur's handwriting. I don't know who you are, but I'm glad you made it here. Everything in this room is yours now. Use it well. Share the story, or keep it safe. But remember, some things are meant to be discovered, not forgotten. Jake sat in that room for a long time. He didn't take anything at first. He just looked around, trying to understand the weight of what he had found. A stranger's life. A secret path. A hidden story that had never been told. And all of it because he found a bag in a busy market. You just listened to a full story in English, and without even noticing it, you learned so many useful words and sentence patterns. That's the power of stories. They teach you while keeping you entertained. And you didn't need a grammar book for that. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. We post a new story every single day. Now tell us in the comments, have you ever found something mysterious in your life? What would you do if you found a bag like this? Let's talk in the comments below.